Hi, and welcome back to the vlog, and welcome to Central Park. It is so amazing here. I've been in New York for a week now, and honestly, I've just had the best week ever. It's been so amazing. Can't believe I'm here for 3.5 more weeks. It's just been crazy. The weather's been lovely. Tonight's actually the summer solstice, so it's the longest day of the year. And apparently there's an area in New York City which is near Central Park. I think it's 57th Street basically. But I think the best bit to go is along at 2nd Avenue, and you can actually see the sun setting like in between the buildings. So that's where I'm heading to tonight. But I wanted to take some time out first in Central Park. I hope the sound's okay. I've found a wee bit of a quiet place. The fact that it's quiet though makes me think that maybe I'm not supposed to be here. But if I get chucked out, it'll be fine. So I wanted to talk to you about something tonight which has, and I'm sure it's probably been coming up and we've not been realising it's been coming up over the last few weeks, and that's to do with your comfort zone. And most of this vlog has been devoted to new and start-up businesses because that's all I really know about, because that's the journey I've already been through. And when I first started my business, I was thrown completely out of my comfort zone, as you will be too if you're still in the early stages. And what very quickly happens, you don't even notice it happening, what really quickly happens is that you develop another comfort zone. It's bigger than your original one. So your original one when you start out, your comfort zone is, I've got a job and I get my wages paid at the end of the month, and I've got a nice pension to look forward to in 45 years time, and I've got my life and I've got my holidays, and that's it. That's your comfort zone, right? So when you think about starting your business, the fear comes from, but I don't know anything about this, but what will my life be like, but what about this, what about that, what am I going to do, okay? Then when you start your business, you very slowly realise it's going to be okay, and a new comfort zone develops. For example, I am extremely comfortable running a business now. I'm extremely comfortable giving other people advice on how to start their business and how to take risks and everything like that. I'm 100% in my comfort zone when I'm back in the Glasgow office, running things, making decisions, dealing with stuff that comes up, and generally being in charge. That's my comfort zone now. And yes, it's a different level than what it was at before, but it's just as dangerous to remain there, because the only place in your life where growth doesn't occur is when you're in your comfort zone. It's when you're doing what you're used to doing. You don't grow, you don't get challenged. And the things that you find challenging, for example, just because you're bitching and moaning about it doesn't mean it's challenging. You know, you think that, well, I had a hard day at work, that was challenging. It's not growing you as a person, it's not contributing to your life, it's not teaching you anything, it's not pushing you forward. So it's not challenging, it's frustrating, or it's tricky, or it's annoying, or it's one of those things. But the true challenge comes in doing something that you've never done before, and in learning things that you've never learned before. And you can only do that if you're consistently pushing yourself to do something different. And I think what I've learned along the last few years is, even if you're not sure it's the right decision, even if you're not 100% sure that it's going to work out, just by doing something different, in a weird way, it gives you the kind of confidence to know that, well, do you know what, it's going to be okay. It might not be this, but I can definitely do something different. So it's really interesting to be aware that even this new life that you're leading now, you've taken the risk, right? You've probably handed in your notice by now. If you've been paying close attention, you should have. But you know, you've handed in your notice, that's it. You're an entrepreneur, you've taken the biggest risk. You can't stop. That's not all that's involved in it. It's taking risks every single day. And I really noticed it when I was back in Glasgow, because back in Glasgow, that's what I'm good at. I can do that. There's no risk in it for me. But actually, that's the biggest risk there is possible, because the risk in me for staying in Glasgow and running that business and doing that is that then the company doesn't go anywhere. Then we don't expand into New York and we don't expand into Kuwait. So it's almost as if I feel like I've got responsibility to the business that I created, to the staff that I've employed, to the business partners that I've brought into the business. I've got a responsibility to them to push myself consistently out of my comfort zone every single day, so that we're pushing forward as a business, so that we're going into new markets and we're doing different things. So who's your responsibility to? Who's not getting the best because you're not pushing yourself forward? It's probably you, and that's probably the reason that you're not noticing it. because we always do more for other people than we do for ourselves. And when you make a commitment to yourself, it's really, really easy to not follow through with it. When you make a commitment to other people, I mean, it's possible that you won't follow through with it. It's not like it's not set in stone that you will automatically do it, but it's harder because you feel guilty. So I suppose it's looking at where you're at just now. Look at what safety net you've developed around you. Is it that you're a new entrepreneur and you're working from your bedroom with your laptop and you're totally fine with that, and the idea of office premises scares the crap out of you, or the idea of a member of staff scares the crap out of you, or whatever it is? Just go for it. Just take them on. Just get the office space. Just, commit to that big marketing campaign, whatever it is. Because when you do that, what you'll very quickly realise is that all the tools and all the skills and all the stuff that you learnt to get you from A to B, so to get you from where you were to where you were here, they're only going to grow and they're only going to increase and they're only going to multiply to get you from B to C, which is to get you from where you are here to where you want to go. And with every single time that happens, you're going to experience the same emotions. It's going to be extremely uncomfortable at first. It's going to not feel great. It's going to feel as if maybe you've made a mistake. It's going to feel like you don't know what you're doing. It's going to feel as if you have the very big realisation that you might let somebody down, or you might let yourself down, or it might not work, or it might fail. But is that not the same emotions that you felt when you quit your job? And is that not the same emotions you felt when you asked your boss for that pay rise, or when you went for that promotion? And what happened after you felt those emotions? Well, you had a bit of a breakthrough, and then you got to a higher level, and then you get used to that higher level. And that's all that's going to happen if you push yourself out of your comfort zone. So whatever it is you're doing, it's not enough, like in the most positive way. However you feel right now, if you don't feel scared shitless, then you're not pushing yourself hard enough. Push harder, go further, go faster, learn more. And what's the worst that's going to happen? The worst that's going to happen is you're going to end up back where you are anyway. You were there anyway, but you've got a great story to tell, or you've got that extra bit of life experience, or you've got that extra thing to add to your CV. Just go for it. Being in a comfort zone is the worst place in the world, and don't let it creep up on you, because when it does and you don't notice it, it's crippling and debilitating, and you don't want that in your life. From me in Central Park, which is definitely not my comfort zone, I'll see you later on. Okay, good night.